There once was a place that lay forgotten in the countryside of eastern Richland County, hidden from sight by bamboo brambles, when the Palmetto Trust discovered it in 2008. We found the place that had lost all its downstairs mantels. Its staircase rails had been torn asunder, destroyed. The contents of stolen bureaus and cabinets were scattered across every floor in the house. A decade of wind and rain had ripped apart the tin roof, allowing the rain to seep into rooms and destroying century-old plaster walls. The isolated dirt roads that led to the house were used as a dumping ground by people who obviously felt out of sight, out of mind. A lone two-room cabin still barely stood behind the house, standing defiant to the elements that had left others in ruin. However, we saw there was still beauty in this place. Behind the house was a magnificent hardwood forest shaded hillsides filled with mountain laurel. Original mantels and woodwork was still intact throughout the house, and the last remnant of 19th century faux granny could still be seen on a newel post. We had discovered a place once called Laurelwood, and after 2 years of negotiation, the Palmetto Trust purchased her using funds granted to us by the 1772 Foundation and in partnership with the Richland County Conservation Commission. Here I stand with our chairman James Bradford and treasurer Fred Delk as they join me to celebrate the purchase of our new discovery. We immediately went to work, fixing the front door that had years been broken down. We took out the 20th century walls and opened up the grand hall to expose a reborn and rejuvenated staircase. 20 years of bamboo was wiped away to uncover a yard that we knew could be a garden once again to another owner that would care. We straightened and stabilized the front portico that had been tilted and leaning for well over the past decade and sturdied up the ancient columns. With a visit from our friends at the State Historic Preservation Office confirming its status on the National Register, the house was ready to be seen by others. We immediately went to work marketing this place worldwide so as to attract a new steward who would make it a home again, and the call was answered by Jeremy Thomas, a young Englishman from Shropshire, standing here with his contractor Richard Watt, who confirmed this place could be rehabilitated. We immediately threw a party of celebration, sharing the good news of restoration with descendants of the Seas and Campbells who had made this place their home in the past. Campbells and Seas gathered from all over the country that spring day to take part in the rejuvenation of their ancient family's home. Joe McGill of the National Trust came to visit what we now knew as Mac's Place, the home of the descendant of the slaves that had once worked the fields. Columbia's NBC affiliate WIS filmed Joe's visit, helping us tell the story of this once forgotten place we now know as Laurelwood. All this has been brought together because of this energetic young couple from England, Jeremy and Jackie Thomas, who has allowed this place to speak to us once again. Jeremy immediately set Richard to work repairing the broken chimneys, replacing deteriorated piers with new footings, rebuilding what was once crumbling. Went to work on the old gardens, trimming the dead wood from the ancient cedars and allowing the house to be seen as it was intended a century and a half ago, its magnificent portico whole again. Now, as we look at this old photo from the 1970s, we can tell a story that will not end in decay and emptiness, but one that will end well, as a home to a family that will love it and continue the story for future generations of South Carolinians to enjoy.